Hello and welcome to Death of Raven Gaming. Today, as usual during the streams, we're gonna play Marvel Champions LCG by Fancy Flight Games. And as always, we're gonna randomize everything. I say always, even though the last couple of times we have had presets for new releases. But let's start by just properly randomizing the heroes. So let's see who we're gonna play as today. And we are playing Spectrum. That's fun. Okay, there we have Spectrum. The question is, what aspect are we running Spectrum in? And we are going to play a Spectrum deck that is protection. Okay, that's not going to be the easiest thing in solo, but that's fine. Who are we going to face? Spectrum protection is going to face, let's see here, Brotherhood of Badoon. And Brotherhood of Badoon, it has using ship command, standard, and one modular encounter set. So let's randomize that modular encounter set. And the encounter set it's added is gonna be running interference. And that was that for the randomizing. So running interference, which is Tombstone, which I don't actually, it's so annoying. Ship command. There's so many modular encounter sets now that it's quite difficult to find them in my order. I mean, I have them alphabetically, but it takes a while still. Which means we have that. Okay. That's fun that we're gonna play Spectrum, considering there's not everyone hasn't. I think it's just been released everywhere, right? Stage just got it, I think. Okay. Let's just move this away and talk about Spectrum. Even though we played her on stream before, we're gonna still go through her cards. So Spectrum is Monica Rambeau. And as a setup, you put all 3 energy form upgrades into play face down. I'm gonna show you them in a minute. And then has force response power down. After you change to this form, turn all of your energy form upgrades face down. And then she has 3 recovery, hand size of 6, and hit points 11. And then on her Spectrum side, it's Spectrum, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 1 defense, Aerial Avenger. Energy transformation, force response. After you change this form, choose a face down energy form upgrade, flip that card face up to change that to that energy form. So yeah, she has these forms that we're gonna go through, and she's pretty fun. And her forms are Gamma, Photon, and Pulsar, and they follow a very, very similar concept. And that is, it's an energy form, it's a permanent, Spectrum gets +2 to a stat, Gamma it's attack, Photon it's thwart, and Pulsar is defense. And then as a hero response, all of them have a hero response when you change to them. Gamma is deal 1 damage to an enemy, Photon is remove 1 threat from a scheme, and Pulsar's is heal 1 damage from Spectrum. So she works with around those, and that's like her main thing. And then usually, she has other cards that flips her, but otherwise just when you flip to hero form. And then we have Blue Marvel, 3 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 health. Aerial Avenger. After Blue Marvel enters play, change energy form. So here's one of the ways you can change energy form and also get a solid ally. Then she has 2 copies of Energy Duplication. It's a 2 cost upgrade, superpower, hero resource, exhaust energy duplication, generate a printed resource on your face-up energy form upgrade. And they all have one. So Pulsar has energy, Photon has mental, and Gamma has physical. So there are 2 of them. So there's 2 nice resource generation in her kits. Then we have 3 copies of Gamma Blast, which is a 3-cost event. It's an attack, a superpower, and there's a hero action, change to Gamma Energy form, and deal 7 damage to an enemy. So it's another way to switch form, but if you were already in Gamma Energy form, the attack gains overkill. And then of course there is Thwarting one, which is a 2-cost event called Photon Speed. Thwart superpower, hero action, same again, change to Photon Energy form, but here, and remove 4 threat from a scheme. If you're already in Photon Energy form, ignore the crisis icon for this thwart. That crisis icon thing is not gonna come in handy as often as the overkill, but still, it's really, really nice. And there's an option. And then the defense, of course, she has 3 copies of Pulsar Shield. It's a 1-cost event, defense superpower, hero interrupt when Spectrum defense, change to Pulsar Energy form and ready Spectrum. So it's a free defend without exhausting, basically. And if you are already in Pulsar Energy form, she gains Retaliate 1 until the end of the phase. And then she has 3 copies of Speed of Light, which is a 0-cost event, change energy form and draw a card. So all of her cards, except Energy Duplication, changes her form. And then last but not least, an obligation. Give this to the Monica Rambo player. Here is no options. It's just, you cannot change energy forms. And you have to exhaust her alter ego to remove loss of control from the game. So there's no other option. Which is quite nasty when you get it into wrong. When you have a good hand with switching a lot and then you get that one. But yeah, so let's build around this a little bit. I'm just gonna... yeah. So, let's start with the lovely thing that is allies. And I'm thinking this time... Like, I have a couple of regular ones I really, really like. But I also really, really want to, like, you know, change it up sometimes. But I am going to... Drang. Right, because Tombstone is the only one, and does he have... I'm just gonna check if he has any... He has 2... Is that really all of them? Yeah. Oh wow, it's a tiny one. So yes, there's 3 minions. We don't really have to care about minion. Which is nice. I'm going to... I almost think multiple man as a chump blocker. And then Clea as well as a chump blocker. Multiple man is 4-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack. And 2 cost, can have 3 of him because he's not unique. Because he's multiple man. And then response after multiple man enters play, search your deck in hand for a copy of multiple man and put it into play. Search your deck if it was searched this way. So as long as it's not in the discard pile, it's gonna end. All 3 of them are gonna enter, which is quite nice. Then we have Clea, 2-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 health. Interrupt when Clea is defeated, shuffle her into her owner's deck. Since she's from the Dark Dimension. Just a 2-cost protection is nice that you can have always in your deck, you know. I don't really... Yes, actually. Let me just check real fast. I don't think there's too much stunning... No, there's not too much stunning going on. There's a couple of things in the ship command. But I don't think it's enough to warrant having the Night Nurse there. I never run med team. Never. Also, I forgot to 3 multiple man. That was the villain's health, 3 multiple man, and the Clea. I'm pretty sure they don't count towards deck size. I'm unsure, so I'm gonna go for 43 at least, just in case. But I'm gonna put it in 2 med team. Lucifer! I'm sorry. If you want to see here, my cat decided to... Lucifer, you can't... Lucifer. Thank you, babe. My partner just comes and gets him, so he's not in the way. Thank you, babe, so much. Anyway, you got a tiny Lucifer cameo there. I'm gonna run 2 med teams because I don't usually, and it's actually not too bad. And then I'm not gonna put an armored vest because I'm not gonna try and defend anything unless I have pulsar shield. Will you hear how many hit points equal to a grade? No. It's like I could do that, but no. Let's just go into events immediately. I think. Because I think that's the really, really fun part with protection. I usually do more events than anything else. So I have a couple of interesting choices. I'm gonna bring 2 Get Behind Me. 1 cost events, Hero Interrupt. When a treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel it when revealed effect, the villain attacks you instead. Just to have some protection against some nasty cards like Shadows of the Past. Leading Blow could work with her. Momentum Shift definitely works. I mean, Momentum Shift works for everyone, but... Perseverance, Preemptive Strike. I'm just thinking right now. I'm gonna put something together in a minute, but I just have to. 4 damage from identity, second window, shake it off. I can't do because I'm not Guardian, I'm not a Mystic. Right. If I weren't playing solo, Stand Together is great. But I am. Don't have any Guardian cards either, so. Subdue, tackle, the Gardener, True Grit. Okay, so I'm gonna bring 2 tackle. Stun an enemy. If you pay for this card using a fist resource, deal 3 damage to that enemy. I'm just thinking of stuff I can deal damage with. Because that's usually the problem when you play protection in true solo. Is the damage output. Preemptive Strikes works. I mean, yeah. Then I can do some... Could do Perseverance. Leading Blow would specifically work in Gamma form. Very, very well. Which is quite nice. There's not enough minions to do that. First hit, 2. It's a 1-cost event. Hero action, deal 2 damage to the villain, or as a hero interrupt when a minion initiates an attack, deal 2 damage to that minion. Just a nice way to do it. I'm not gonna be on my max health that often. Radio hero, remove 2 threats from a scheme. Of course! We're gonna actually put 3 Ever Vigilant. Ever Vigilant is 2-cost event. Play only if your identity has the aerial trait, which Spectrum always does. And for 2 you get to ready your hero and remove 2 threat from a scheme. I actually really, really like that card. but I don't know how to deal that much more damage. I mean, Hard Knock's not worth it when you don't have a lot of more minions. Leading Blow would be a way to do it. I'm gonna put 2 momentum shift, 2 cost upgrade to heal 2 damage from your hero, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Never back down is gonna be too situational since we're not going to defend anything. After you change from your, I got to do 2 perseverance. After you change form, give your hero a tough status card. Energy forms are forms. It's actually really, really good. And I've already put Preemptive Strike. I just don't remember it. 34. I think that's roughly what we are going to need if we consider the fact that we are going to put Strength, Energy, and Genius. Endurance. She has really bad recovery, so downtime as well. And then actually I'm gonna go to basic a little bit. And what I'm gonna get from basic is Blade. 1 cost ally, 1 forward, 2 attack. After Blade thwarts or attacks, choose to spend a physical resource from your hand or discard Blade. It's 3 health. Just a really, really good ally. Very cheap. And then actually, we have 2 good resource generators in our thing. We're also going to actually add deft focus, which is a 1 cost upgrade that lets you it's reduced the resource cost of the next superpower card. Play this turn by 1. And she has a lot of, all her big attacks and everything are superpower cards. It's nice and it's cheaper. It's way cheaper and easier to get in over, for example, Quinn Carrier. So it's actually quite nice to have that one. And if it doesn't work out, we can just change it if we don't succeed the first try. Actually, Brotherhood of Badoon is one of my favorite scenarios in the Galaxy's Most Wanted box. It's a good scenario. It's like most of Galaxy's Most Wanted can be quite tough sometimes. I mean, most of Galaxy's Most Wanted is very tough all the time, but you know, I'm not gonna complain too much because I still enjoy it. I haven't played Ronan too much, so can't promise that I've played him like once or twice, but I do enjoy both Infiltrate and Escape the Museum. So I'm just gonna, I don't know why I shuffle the energy forms. They're just gonna be face down up here, which energy form we have. And then these cards are going to go into a deck now. We can put Monica in the middle, Sama in the middle. There we have those. Then we're just gonna sleeve all the enemy cards, or the encounter cards. I have all the aspect cards sleeved right now, but I don't have money right now to buy more sleeves, so that's what I have sleeved. And then I have like about 150 extra sleeves to be able to do whatever scenario is necessary, you know? Oh, right. I really didn't need to put in Deft Focus, but it's because I forgot we had a Milano. But we're actually gonna want to use the Milano for other stuff, so actually it's worth it. And then the Badoon ship environment is supposed to start in play. I have to apologize if I sound a little bit more tired than I usually do. I started a new job this week, and we're having like I don't know what we're doing training right now, so I'm learning a bunch of stuff, and I have to learn a lot about stuff. It's about fire security here in Sweden. So yeah. But which way is there? There, that way. So I'm just gonna but yeah, Drang, Brotherhood of Badoon is fun. And this last card, which is Loss of Control, and then if we pull I'm gonna sleeve her Nemesis if we need it later. Which means we can prepare here. Badoon ship is supposed to be out. Drang Spear is when Drang is revealed. If Drang Spear is in play, give him a face down boost card, which he wasn't obviously because he started on this one, which means we'd search encounter deck and discard pile for Drang Spear, revealed and shuffle the encounter deck, so it would be there. And that one makes him stalwart, so he can't be confused or stunned until it's gone. And I have to spend 2 physical and a mental resource to discard it, and it's a +1 attack. And then the Badoon ship is a charge up. Place 1 barrage counter here. Then if there are 4 more barrage counters here, deal 2 indirect damage to each player and remove all barrage counter from here. Now we flip this. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, resolve Badoon's charge up ability. And then first play action, exhaust the Milano, remove 3 threat here from this scheme. So yeah. Let's just shuffle our deck here. And we have the Milano, which is probably, I'm gonna do this quite an aggressive protection deck, hopefully. So that one is a nice way to just battle with the annoying threat. So yeah. Start playing Monica Rambo. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's put the deck there. Now we start with Blue Marvel, Pulsar Shield, Get Behind Me, Preemptive Strike, and 2 multiple men. Oh, we don't like that. I mean, that means if we want to, we can't use one of them to pay for the other ones. But I'm probably gonna just focus doing that this time, actually. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I am going to flip to hero form. I'm gonna start in gamma form, which means also my health is supposed to be 11, not 40. 11, and the villain health is 14. And I deal no damage to him, because that was gamma when you flip to it. And then I'm gonna use Milano actually for a resource this time. Throw away Blue Marvel, Get Behind Me, and Preemptive Strike to pay 4 to play multiple men. Which lets me search my deck and hand for a copy of multiple men and put it into play. When he enters play, I get to search my deck or hand for another multiple man and put him into play. So let's see here. There we have him. It's just a nice, you know, three nice blockers, and you can do some stuff with them beforehand as well. But yeah. So, which means I kept Pulsar Shield because it's just too good. I'm gonna punch for 3 on him. And then all the 2 of the multiple man is gonna take a damage each to remove a threat each on terrestrial invasion. And then the last one is going to take a damage on him to deal a damage to the villain. And that was my turn. So let's ready everything. Let's draw up to 5. We got Endurance, Gamma Blast, Speed of Light, Perseverance, and Pulsar Shield. Yes, so villain phase. Step 1 is put 2 threat on the main scheme, and then we're gonna resolve the charge up, which place 1 barrage counter there. And then he's gonna attack for 4 plus whatever this is. I'm gonna block with one of the multiple men. 6 damage into multiple man because he doesn't have overkill or anything. No, he does not. Which means one of the multiple men is dead. Which means I can get my encounter card, which is gonna be loss of control. Well, I can't switch energy forms. So I'm actually, since I have multiple mana, I should just throw out Pulsar Shields because it's not going to be really worth holding on to for that long. Okay. So you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just... These 3 are gonna go into, or actually, want to... No, these 3 are gonna go to do a Gamma Blast, which is 7 damage into Drang. Which means he has 2 health left. I'm not gonna deal with that now, because Spectrum is really has to flip down. So she's gonna flip down, exhaust to remove loss of control from the game. And then I'm gonna... First player action. Yeah, it doesn't say it has to be hero action. So I'm gonna exhaust that to remove 3 threat or 2 that there was on terrestrial invasion. Which means we're gonna ready everyone. I'm just gonna do that so I'd rather have them up below. So we can draw up to 6, 2. Also Gamma should be down. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. A lot of flashing back and forward apparently. Villain phase. 2 threat here. Then he charged up. Then he does a 2, 4, which makes one of those into a 5. And after he does that, force response out of Drang schemes. Resolve the Badoon's ship's charge up ability. So it gets that one, and this is my encounter card. Which of course is Shadows of the Past. Great. Radioactive Man. After he... let me have that. After Radioactive Man activates against you, deal 1 damage to each character you control, which is gonna totally kill down all my multiple men. Sadly. And then the... it's crisis icon, and then when defeated, D1 damage to each friendly character in play. Oh, sorry, multiple men. I must have. Might maybe have to sacrifice you if I want to deal with the. That's a shame, actually. Okay, well. So yeah, that means it is our turn. I'm gonna flip, and then let me just think a second. Deal damage to each player. So actually, before I flip, I'm just gonna do this. Multiple men is gonna remove the 2 threat from Reactor Meltdown, which will deal 1 damage to Monica. They would have died anyway, so sadly. But now I can think about other stuff. For example, that I want to flip into photon form, which lets me remove a threat from a scheme, which I'm gonna do from the main scheme. And then I'm gonna use speed of light to flip into gamma, which lets me deal damage to something, and I'm gonna deal damage to Drang. I did not think this through. I did it the wrong way, but then I get to draw a card. Yes. I don't know why I put up damage on Drang. I should have done that. Should I just ignore Radioactive Man? Maybe actually that's just the best point. Which means I'm gonna use Speed of Light. No, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw away Momentum Shift and Strength to play Gamma Blast, which will deal 7 damage to an enemy if you're in Gamma form, which we are. We get Overkill. So I'm gonna use that on Radioactive Man, which will kill and deal 1 damage in Overkill, which means he flips to his second form, which is discard the top 4 cards of the encounter deck. Each time a minion is discarded, basically every minion that is discarded this way. And sadly, we didn't. Sorry, I had the wrong one, but we didn't get any minions. They would have entered play. And now it's just charge up every time he activates against me, and this time his hit point is 18. Not just 8. That would be weird. Which means I can now just use Speed of Light. Could flip into Protection. Yeah, I'm actually gonna flip into Pulsar, which lets me heal 1 damage and draw a card, which was another momentum shift. Also, at the same time as that happened, I'm gonna use first hit to get Perseverance. Where is my tough? And since I'm gonna do tough, actually, I'm not gonna take the heal. I'm just gonna move to Photon instead and remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Yeah. Which means it's 4. I should have... I forgot to tap her, apparently. I should have done that before when I dealt more damage. I dealt 3 damage. Because the Milano is going to remove 3 threat there. And I guess Spectrum is just gonna remove the last 1 threat here. No, actually, she's just gonna attack for 1. And that was her turn with Momentum Shift over, which means we're gonna draw up to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's nice. The Speed of Light there is really gonna help that we come into the right one that we want to be in. Okay, villain phase. Does that. Then this one activates, and it's going to be 2 indirect damage. I'm gonna take 2 damage. Actually, I'm not gonna take 2 damage. The tough status card disappears, sadly. Drang is gonna attack me for 4, and only 4. Then he resolves a charge up, and then we're gonna get an count card. You may exhaust the Milano. If you do not, the villain attacks you with +1 attack. I'm gonna exhaust the Milano for that, actually. Worth it. Really worth it. Which means it is our turn. We're gonna throw away downtime. No, actually, first hit and momentum shift. So I'm gonna wait until see what speed light gives to play Photon Speeds, which will remove 4. Which would just remove the 3 there right now, just so it doesn't change up. And then I'm gonna play change Speed of Light. To change into Gamma form, which will deal 1 damage to the villain. And then I wait to draw a card, which is a genius. Spectrum is going to hit for 3 or go back and heal 3. Because I don't want to overpay that hard. 4, 5. I've taken 5 damage. It's really, really good to do that. But I can do it next time and just do the 3 damage now. So I'll do 3 more damage to Drang. And then I flip into Alter Ego mode, which will power me down. Which means it's end of our turn. Draw that. Dropped 6. Pulsar Shield. Med Team. Photon Speed. And Tackle. We haven't removed Drang Spear yet, so we can't really tackle. But it is the villain phase. 2 threat on the main scheme. 1 charge up. He is going to scheme for 3, 4, 5. Which makes it 7, which still is fine. But that activates another charge up, and then we get an encounter card. Choose 1, exhaust Milano. Discard the card random or pay 2 energy. I'm just gonna exhaust Milano for that. Which is perfectly fine. Which means it is our turn. And I'm gonna actually start by throwing away Tackle to play downtime to heal Monica Rambeau to full 11 health. I'm gonna flip to Gamma Form to deal 1 damage to Drang. Then I'm gonna use Genius to play Photon Speed to flip into Photon form. I don't know, I should just do this. Photon form and remove 4 threat, but thanks to that one, it's gonna be 5 threat actually, which means like that. So yeah, which means I'm gonna do that, and that was the turn. So let's ready every hero. 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not 6. It's 5 in hero form. I'm just stupid. Now I know that's Clea, but I'm gonna shuffle so I don't know the future. I would like Clea though. Which means it is the villain phase. 2 threats on the main scheme. Charge up, so I'm gonna take 2 damage. And he's going to attack me for 4. I'm just immediately gonna throw away a med team to play a pulsar shield. So we flip to pulsar form, which means we heal 1 automatically. And then we get to defend. When we defend, so we're gonna defend, so that means we have 3, and then it will ready us. So we will just block 3, which means 4, 5, 6, 7, so that's still 4 damage. Whew! That one was nasty. And then we draw an encounter card, which is gonna be a Rogue Vessel. When the villain phase ends, deal 1 damage to each player. Okay. And then we actually get Surge. And then Assault, the villain attacks you for 4. I'm actually gonna defend with Spectrum normally, which is 3, which is 4, 5. So I only take 2 damage more. But I got exhausted, which I didn't want to do. And then I take 1 more damage because of the Rogue Vessel. Then we do this. Gonna throw away med team and energy to do a gamma blast, which will flip into gamma form, which will deal 1 damage plus 7, so that's 8 damage on our villain. So he has 4 health left, which we can't do in any way. We're gonna exhaust the Milano to remove 3 threat there to pray. Then actually we're gonna flip to also sorry. Better should need 1 more because he, 2 more actually, because he attacked twice. Oh, he attacked twice, didn't he? Then sorry, wait, I forked up. I'm gonna deal the 8 damage back. 4 plus 8 is 12. Because I didn't think this through, because I forgot that the Badoon ship was going to charge up. So let's just flip everything back to I was in pulsar form. And I was exhausted. And I exhausted the Milano. Exhaust Milano. Alright, exhaust Milano to remove 3 threats from the main scheme. I'm gonna put those back as well. Yeah, because if I remember that the barrage counters were there, it would have killed me with going back to 3 without being able to heal. So I have to use the Milano ship and spend 2 resources of any time, which is my energy, to discard the rogue vessel. Which it's not gonna kill me then. And then I flip back to Monica. And power down. Sorry, that was just I forgot about the balloon ship, that's why. I forgot to do the balloon ships, that's why. 4 5 6. The focus and energy duplication. Which means sadly this one is gonna go through. And then he's gonna scheme for 3 4, which is enough to bring this one through. And then resolve the balloon ship's charge ability. So, first of all, it does that for his scheme. So we're down to 1. And then it does that again. Excuse me. And then flip here. Force pawns after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. And then, yeah, it's just exactly the same. But it starts with 4 here instead of 2. Otherwise, it's exactly the same. Then we get an encounter card, which is going to be running interference. Each player must either choose to spend a physical and mental, which I can do. But I don't like the sound of it very much. But I kind of have to do it. Sadly. No, I don't. It's 3 threats, which means I can... But I have to heal, so that doesn't work, really. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to use that, I think. So I'm actually gonna throw away an energy duplication and exhaust the Milano to block that, so it's only a 1 there. Which means I can exhaust here. 5 recovery. I have a pulsar shield, so I don't feel too bad about flipping back. I mean, I do feel bad about flipping back. But I'm gonna flip to photon form, which means remove 1 threat from that scheme. Then I'm going to throw away preemptive strike, death focus, and med team. Because now I do this. Now I do the gamma blast, which will deal a total of 8 damage to him. Now I just need to survive until next turn, really. Basically. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Villain face. That, which means that one does. He's gonna attack me for 4. I'm gonna use the not the Milano. I'm gonna throw away Clea to play Pulsar Shield, which is I flip to Pulsar form, which lets me heal another one, and then I block for 3, where he does still 3 damage to me, and then I get an encounter card, which is discard and upgrade or support you control. I'm gonna just discard downtime. Is what I'm gonna discard. Oh, actually, that was alright, because that's one is Spectrum's special one. Okay, yeah, of course. But yeah, downtime is gone. That means it's our turn. I'm gonna exhaust to deal 1 damage. Then I'm gonna throw away Photon Speed, Blade, and Milano to use Tackle. Stun an enemy. That's not gonna happen. If you paid for this card using a physical resource, which you did with the Milano and Blade, deal 3 damage to that enemy. Which means we kill Drang. So we have succeeded. I'm just gonna bring the sheets up that I forgot to fix before. So we defeated Drang. Drang, I've noticed, is way worse when you're playing multiplayer. Really stacking up those charge counters to deal massive amount of damage is quite nasty. Okay, so here we are. Let me just move there. That was a little bit too zoomed out. Let's just do that. And we have Drang there at N. And then we just need to find Spectrum, which is 26. So 26N there. And we did it with protection. Great, slowly but surely starting to move forward. What did we face last time? We faced Justice and Crossbones. Okay. Yeah, no, but it's Drang can be really, really fun. It was actually not too bad in solo, but it can be very, very nasty in multiplayer. And also, I really, really enjoy playing Spectrum. Spectrum is a fun character, and I love playing her. Someone has written something to me. What has people... Oh, okay. It was literally someone who wrote in Discord, can you send me the link to your stream? Oops. But at least I'm gonna link him the YouTube video. Anyway, thank you so much. It was a really, really fun game. I hope I see you all soon, and please play as much games as you can. It's just really, really fun, even if you only do by yourself. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me through the stream or watching afterwards. I really appreciate you all. So have a great week, and I'll see you all next Wednesday, 7:30. Bye.